My name is Jeremy Brewer, and my wife Stephanie and I, we've been going to the branch for about 6.5 years now. My main struggle has been pornography. I wound up kind of in my struggle with pornography being exposed to it in college, but the real struggle became about 4 years ago, about 2 years into my marriage, when I really started struggling with viewing it on a basis that I would consider a big problem. So I actually had some opportunities at the house when I was by myself, and that was usually the case where I got into trouble. Either that or on road trips, and it was usually always on the internet. The point that I realized that we were at a big crossroads is when the two lives that I was leading crashed into one. I was so ashamed of what I was doing that I always kept it separate, and I always tried my hardest to lie and hide that part. And luckily, my wife cared enough about what was going on in my life that she found out about it and confronted me about it. And it was then that I realized that the lie that Satan had told me that you're not hurting anyone, this isn't really that harmful, the way you're going about it is okay, that came to a screeching halt right there when my wife said, you know, I care about you and this worries me. And the two worlds kind of came and collided, and I realized that this is a problem, and this is something that affects more than just me. But the first time that I was confronted with it, I thought, well, I know the results and I know the consequences now. I can fix it myself. And I got back into old lies that Satan was telling me, and I got back into pornography. And at that point, again, the shame was so big that I had promised to fix it, and I was not. I didn't feel like I could come to anyone because pride is a big issue for me. And I want to be able to do things on my own, and I want to be able to fix things myself so that I can say, good job, Jeremy, or people can say, good job, Jeremy. And so I didn't want to tell anyone that I wasn't good enough to fix it on my own. I had a really good friend here at the branch who kind of in a Luke 17 was basically rebuked me for my sin, and basically was not someone that said, you know, get over it, but said we need to get help and we need to figure this out because I care about you and I care about your marriage. So it was a close friend at the branch who really spoke truth into my life and really spoke to the fact that we needed help beyond me just saying I can fix it on my own. I found my way. We asked around and we found our way into a Celebrate Recovery program, and that is where the healing began for me. Celebrate Recovery helped me actually discover the roots of my addiction. For me, I showed up to Celebrate Recovery saying pornography is my biggest problem. But what Celebrate Recovery led me to is allowed me an opportunity to explore really what the holes are in my life, driving me to the pornography. And pornography was almost more a symptom of some of the holes and some of the lies that Satan had been telling me. And so that was one of the biggest things for me, is really being able to release some of my core issues that I was dealing with to God and asking Him for help in that. For me, it's you're only as sick as your secrets, and telling that and confessing that and being open about that, there's a freedom in that. And that if you're trying to fix it on your own, then that's only for us to boast in. I've realized that fixing it on my own only allows me to boast, but releasing this to God has allowed Him to work and allowed Him to show what He can do.